Welcome to the party, guys. We're just waiting on Nick to get back, and we're all gonna do a piece of sushi together.
we just went live.
Nice. Oh, on the other side.
Yeah. So, yeah, because me and Ed were talking about in high school, like why. I mean, we know why like all the swimmers like shave their body hair and all the hair on their bodies, but why? He said same thing. Was it South?
Yeah, South did it.
And Menor did it. They dyed. They bleached their hair blonde. Like I didn't understand.
Yeah,
why
it was like Pikachu yellow kind of blonde.
Doesn't that turn your hair green?
Well, not
No.
to bleach can turn your hair green.
No.
If it's not, isn't it the chemicals are wrong?
They
right?
say that, but I used to bleach my hair.
Oh, do you remember Ryan Lochte?
No.
Swimmer, Olympics. Like everybody knows Michael Phelps, but Ryan Lochte is almost as good. Anyway, apparently he he bleached his hair blonde, but the interaction
with the chlorine.
They say that
they say they can do that, but I never had a problem with that.
His hair ended up like blue. Well, I'm gonna be right up in this plant. Actually, you know what?
Take her down.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Anyways, Jasonda.
Wilson.
hot dog butter.
Yeah.
Are you still calling me that?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
God damn it.
That started like the second week of the show. It's a tradition now.
Oh, man.
And I'm Philip McCravis.
I knew I shouldn't have been a part of that first one.
I mean, the biggest bite challenge was pretty awesome, but it was. Yeah, I remember John kind of licking the base a little bit.
Ah. Okay, yeah, I got what you mean. All right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, welcome to John Wilkes Boopin'.
See? There we go.
Yeah, cool.
There we go. Now we're all in.
All right. Now, eyes off your phones. Facing forward.
Ed's the only one repping the shirt because, well, I got it on underneath. It's just too cold without a sleeve.
Yeah. That's why I'm just trying to get my titty out here.
Those some nice tits.
Thank you, bud.
I'm here.
Oh, you weren't talking about mine? What's wrong with my titties? I know they're small.
I will leave that out there for debate on who I was talking about.
Okay.
I'm going to demonstrate for everyone at home how to operate the shirts.
Oh, God.
You need to find us and ask, can I purchase a shirt? It will say, depends what size body you got. And if you got the right size body that matches up to the right size shirts, you buy one of these bad boys for $20.
Or you can buy a worn one for 40.
Oh, damn. Do we have to fart in it?
No, that's weird. Just sweating a little bit.
All right, well, let me get the
Hey, I got a sweaty one that doesn't have sleeves on it underneath mine. So
Yeah, you went full Larry Cable Guy in yours.
Next, you put on the shirt.
that's how you do it.
And the step afterwards is always, oh my gosh, it's so soft.
I thought I was supposed to stick my penis in it
So-
before I
Dude,
put it on.
I put my leg through it first.
How do you
I
pull your
fall
pants up in
backwards.
the morning? One leg at a time? Or do you,
No,
do you jump and put them both in?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly what I do.
Oh, God, it is so
I
soft.
sometimes fall, and sometimes it hurts.
So I'm not gonna lie. Ever since that one day when I had that "there's something about Mary" thing that happened, anytime I put my work pants on in the morning now, I make sure that the front of my boxers are buttoned.
So your dick doesn't get stuck in the zipper when you zip it up.
Because I did that, and I had to go get stitches.
What was it? We got a bleeder. We just got to do it. We're just gonna move it down with one movement. And he does it. He screams.
Oh, is that like
Trust
a
me,
TV
it's
show?
not fun going to the hospital and they go, "What can I help you with?" And you go, "Well, let me tell you."
My downstairs parts.
See, that does sound like it sucks. All right, so we're gonna have them try sushi real quick. This is called a Phoenix roll from Young Sushi.
All right, the Phoenix will rise again.
Yeah, maybe in your bowels, maybe in your sleep. You never know.
Oh,
Round one,
it's not,
it is
gas,
deep fried,
it's not gas station sushi.
so it's.
Don't do fish.
All right, well,
Okay.
you can pick first then. Pick the one with the least or most fish.
Don't do fish.
That one will have the least.
Yeah, they both look good. This one.
All right.
Good ad. The only one using the chopsticks.
I'm
You
using
said
chop
that,
fingers.
and then I lost all confidence in doing this.
Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi oi oi.
Cheers.
Or whatever the Japanese cheers would be. Oh. Oh my god. Whoa. That's a freaking mouthful. Oh my god.
Wow, that makes really big rolls over there. You know?
It's just like exploding with flavor in my mouth.
Something different.
I don't like it actually. I don't like sushi because I've had sushi before.
Dude, that crust was kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
The deep fried.
Nah. Well, there it is. There's that fish taste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it was at first that crust was good, and then I got that fish taste. Oh.
Haven't you ever gone down to the lake and dunked your head underwater and opened your mouth?
No, because that sounds like a horror story waiting to happen. Do I want parasites inside me?
We never swam in the lake?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
You ever have sex in the lake?
No.
Let me tell you, boy.
You ever have sex outside the lake?
That doesn't
Not
sound
recently.
fun. I would rather fuck somebody on the pier at Fairport Harbor than in the water by the pier.
Isn't there a bunch of like seagull acidy butt juice and
You gotta lay down a towel, man.
craggy old fishermen with like their skin looks like leather
Just-
saying something like "Fucking bite
Right.
me, I
You
caught
li-
a
Yeah, they might think
fish."
it's a worm and go after your Peter.
Yeah, they'll try and hook it and toss it in.
Talk about the seagulls.
Just put a towel down, maybe two, depending on the month.
Double bag it.
Yeah, I mean you can, but I don't.
Did you ever learn in health class you're not supposed to double bag your Johnson?
Why?
Because what they taught us in school is if you double bag it for extra protection, the friction between the Jimmy hats can actually cause them to rip.
Huh.
And of course, teachers have never lied to us.
Yeah, they're never wrong.
That brings us to our character assassination of the week. Yeah, peaches.
I feel like a whore.
The
Alright.
character assassination of the week is schools and teachers.
Okay. They never believe children.
Wow.
They-
That's not what I was gonna say.
That was coming from a place that I buried a long time ago. But,
What?
Dude, I used to get. Okay, I remember as a child I got picked on so much, and teachers never believed me.
Okay.
Here we
And then
go.
after that,
Here we go.
I tend to be the worst.
Hey, nice shirt. Look at that. We're quadfecta over here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a flash.
Scotty's in the party now.
Scotty too hottie. Oh, they're doing pretty good. We're just starting off the character assassination of the week, and it is schools and teachers.
Another thing about schools, though, they've started, like, with increased police presence in schools, there's also been an increase in kids getting charged with crimes that permanently affect them for the rest of their lives. And where schools should be a safe space for students, I understand, like, beyond them assaulting people, but, like, for minor things, them getting arrested for does not, like, it does not help them be better citizens.
Well, I mean, it
Within
depends.
that
Is
age.
it just assault or is it assault and pepper?
Nah. No, it's...
I literally had to stare deeply in your eyes until you got it.
No, I knew what you were saying. So Andy used to have a joke at the trailer where he used to take salt and throw it at someone and go, "You just got assaulted."
All right, so the reason why the teachers in schools are the character assassination of the week
I was going to say enemies.
is because of the study that came out that I just sent over to the group chat earlier today, where there was a bunch of NASA scientists and they were trying to figure out how to make more geniuses.
Mm.
And they had like a bunch of requirements for their study, and they're like, okay, how do we determine who's a genius? And then they gave the study to young kids, and then they found that 98% of the kids were displaying markers for genius. Creativity, problem solving, all that kinds of good stuff.
Oh, we dampen and squash all that kind
Exactly, but the teachers in the schools, they basically just kind of like beat the creativity out of you, and you no longer are displaying these genius tendencies, and then the numbers are going down and down. Adolescents were like down to 40, and then as we become adults, only 2% of adults are showing the genius tendencies still. So our school system and our teachers and the way we teach the tests and standardized testing, no child left behind, all that BS. It's beating all the creativity out of us to a very effective degree.
Now, creativity, like, are you talking like art and music
Well, it's
and
all
stuff
of
like
that.
that? Because
Well,
I had great teachers in the mentor school system that like were gung ho about like in music class, like pick up an instrument, and try it. You know, art class, like
They don't really teach you critical thinking skills. Even like college, where they're like, you'll leave here with an ability to think critically about things, and you meet college graduates and they can't do that at all.
Because they have a crushing fucking stress and unwillingness
Well,
to
it's
live because of the debt.
Well, there's not just that. It's just that we don't do things or have classes for people that encourage them to develop critical thinking skills, or even like strategy planning. We're like trying to, like, time management's a good example. Knowing, like, understanding social cues to help people better navigate actual real world situations when you're talking to people. It doesn't help.
Well, this whole study was based on ability to create, ability to think outside the box, and create a new solution or design that hadn't been obvious or. So yeah, it's in that respect, the youngest cohort was so much smarter than us old fogies because they weren't, crushed down, beat down, and told that you must think one way. You're saying your experience was different in the high school?
No, even mainly junior high, because high school I started fucking off. But junior high, like our music teacher, he was fantastic. He, during study hall, I can go and just sit in the music room and pick up an acoustic, and he didn't care. Play it, go for it. I wanted to start playing drums, but I didn't have the confidence to do it, and he goes, just start playing and practicing. Just do it. Just, art. We had a great art teacher that I had in elementary school, and then I had again at high school.
Mm-hmm.
Super creative, great lady. Just very creative, and was actually enthusiastic about being creative and stuff. So I think it just depends on the teachers.
How did you get into music? Was it at a young age, or you pick it up in your?
I guess when I was a kid, I would just be singing songs and making stuff up as I go. And
It's fucking
doing parodies, putting in my own words.
Right.
It's fucking-
like
it's-
butchering Christmas albums.
It's sitting in your room with the fucking record playing, just like,
Uh,
oh, fucking Zeppelin, man.
right.
The dude abides.
I can just remember the first album I ever got was the Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, really?
Because of the Godzilla song. I was a big fan of Godzilla. And they promised if you were good today at school, we'll get you the Godzilla record. So I kissed the teacher's ass all day, made her write me a letter at home. I said, see, look, I was good at the whole day. I was a perfect gentleman. They're like, all right, we'll get you the Godzilla record. So they took me up to the record den or something.
That's fucking
Right.
brilliant.
So and then I can remember them going, and I'm like, I want the Godzilla song, guys. Like, oh, okay, and, we get up there, and I remember there were two records. One was $3.98, and the other one was $5.98. And they're $3.98. So I didn't know it for about. It had to be at least 5 years if this was a live album, not the concert album. So when they played this song on the radio, I'm like, it's not good. It never dawned on me until about 5 years later. But of course, you're 5 or 6 and don't even know any better. I still got that record, and I had a
That's
couple of the
fucking
band
awesome,
members
dude.
signed it for me.
That's
Really?
fucking
Oh, wow.
That's cool, dude.
So
How do you see their signature if they wrote it in black Sharpie on the black?
well, we
record?
got it personally.
Oh,
We
okay.
have them do. I got tons of
They
different
do it.
colors. So
They do it
mine,
on
I
the
think it was in
sleeve.
silver,
They do it
right?
on the sleeve.
It's
right?
on the
Yeah.
inside J jacket or whatever
Nice.
they call it. And
Cool.
So, I signed it in a silver Sharpie and all that.
That's fucking badass, dude. That you still have that.
Yeah, I still got it. I went and seen them at the Tangier in Akron, hung out with them backstage.
Oh,
Really
yeah,
nice bunch
okay.
of guys. Yeah, they did a couple double shows. Really nice bunch of guys. That's my second album.
Blue Oyster Cult. Not
Steve Miller, man.
Oh.
Fly like an eagle.
I thought you finally went back and got that studio recording.
The original album?
Well, yeah, because you said you had the live version. I thought maybe the second
No,
one.
yeah,
the second
that's
one you go back and get
Some
that.
and Chin and
Okay.
Evening Live, and I think it was in Atlanta, Georgia. But then at that point, I just got the greatest hits with all the
Oh,
studio
yeah.
thing. I wasn't gonna buy all the individual ones, so I just got the one with the greatest hits.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, but getting back to school, I think they should have more opportunities for kids like you did, just go to the music rooms and do what they want.
Yeah.
And, it gives them a little bit of freedom and stuff. But there's, the issues of security and everything, and like in school.
And no one wants to do it anymore.
Well, there's also not really. They don't have a lot of clubs at schools either.
No.
There is
Aren't they just cutting their budget? And that's the first thing they slash.
Yeah, they get rid of art.
They get
and
rid of
music.
things that people
Right.
want the most,
Mhm.
because then people will be
Things that
most likely to
cost the
fork
most,
over
right.
more money.
Well, because the thing is, like, like with me, like I said, I can during study hall if I wanted to go and sit in the music room and strum an acoustic, they had no problem with that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they had
nice.
no problem with that. I go sit there and strum the acoustic. You know, like if I mean, obviously, if it was like you can't go to the art room whenever you want to take a whole bunch of clay and make something because then that's using materials. You know, but
What if you brought your clay from home?
or yeah, if you brought, you know, if you wanted to do like your own thing, they didn't care. They didn't care. But the thing is, like,
Go to the river and just start scooping clay.
while you may not, while you may not like use the music skills or use art skills in real life as a career, like it promotes creativity, which in turn can go to other aspects of your life.
And jobs.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Being
I think it
being
probably
able to
helps you-
being able to think creatively
Yeah.
in any field is helpful.
It's gonna help you do your job better. I mean, I swear to God, there's a lot of people I question if they can even count past 10 without wearing sandals.
I missed your point.
Oh.
I understand.
Because you gotta count on your fingers and your toes.
Yeah, right. Oh, right.
You know, 3 goes into 5.
Right? I can't tell you how many times people have been like, oh yeah, we're like adding these 2 numbers together. Like, let me get my calculator out. Like, you got your calculator and add like 12 plus 7.
Yeah.
It's like people are just like,
Well, I feel
wow,
like-
brain dead.
There's a lot of people that have never been good at math, though. And then there are people that may have struggled learning math and want to be very good at it later on. And it's also just math. While it does also, is math a creative thing, or is it a critical thinking?
It's a series of like constants, like numbers or constants.
Left brain,
a
right
good
brain.
Right. A good way to like teach math is okay. Everybody here's $100 bill, and here's $100 worth of money. They'll learn how to count real quick.
Yeah.
They're gonna run to the
Didn't-
store and buy candy.
Yeah,
learn how to
wasn't it the
count.
kids selling weed always were the best at converting?
Oh, the
like,
grams
and
now.
stuff? Yeah, every single time.
Ricky from Trailer Park Boys is a fucking idiot, but when it came down to the one episode where he's like doing all the math to like measure out like how much like dope to grow, he's like, oh, this, and they're staring at him like, what in the fuck just happened?
All of a sudden, guy's a chemist.
You always know who to go to then.
The one thing, my sister's a teacher, and even she agrees, Common Core math is stupid.
Oh, is that the one where you have to like break up the digits and then
Yeah,
do something
and do all
stupid?
this extra work, and when you could just add it up right there, add it up in rows.
Mm.
But in,
Yeah, because they make it harder on purpose. I think so. Like, oh, if we make it harder on purpose now, then maybe when they're taking more advanced algebra and trigonometry and stuff, then they'll do something. But I feel like all the kids looking at it like, the hell is this?
yeah, it's
And
stupid.
like they messed up English too, because they write the letters like with upside down and backwards and like little accents over them and shit. So it's
You
like
mean they write them out as a phonetic order?
Phonetic,
of,
yeah.
Which is
So-
what they have in the dictionary. Well,
so
also,
kids these days can't read and they can't count.
Oh, and there's no cursive.
well, they're bringing back cursive now. Actually,
So I mean,
they got rid of it. Now schools in certain states are bringing it back after they got rid of it because they're like, well, nobody knows how to sign a signature.
that's what I was saying.
Make a signature.
Well,
Or, so
technically,
like
it's
we
make
have,
your mark, right? You can write anything on there.
yeah, you can put an X.
You put a straight line. You can put Daffy Duck, whatever.
Yeah, as long as it's consistently the same.
Give me-
Do you have it?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Class, how to pay your
My
credit
bad.
card bill.
Oh my gosh.
Some real life skills.
Well, didn't I drop that in the
This is
group
your
chat
electric
too?
bill.
The one person was
Pay
like,
it, or they shut you down.
I think I'm gonna max out my credit card bill and then declare bankruptcy. It was like a little bouncy character. You see that one?
No.
You.
What?
I asked you that years ago. What are you doing? Maxing out credit cards and filing bankruptcy. I'm like, okay. I mean, that was like, God, that was forever ago.
Get to the bank, you could squeeze $5 more grand out of that.
So we actually had a class at Menor, which I kind of wish I would have taken because it would have meant more than some of the classes I took just to pass. But we had a class called Independent Living, and it basically it's not just cooking. It's literally like actually life skills, like how to do
Arguing.
shit.
Arguing with your significant other.
That's how you put on a condom.
I can't do that without a banana. Wow, long
Pass
silence
that
there.
class or what?
The
I didn't
banana
take it.
hammock.
Banana hammock.
What were they doing in that class? You said cooking and cleaning and arguing with your spouse.
Yeah, let's go with that.
What else?
I didn't
it's
take it, but
also
it was-
how
but it-
not to leave marks.
No, but it was like basic shit, like
I know,
like
it's a dark
finances and stuff like that.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think anybody really does a checkbook anymore.
No.
Or to balance one. It's not just that, like, or how about making do they ever do like, was it a spending or a budget sheet to see like how much you spend on things, where you're putting all your money? They don't go over that. It's just something you learn later on when you get poor.
Quite frankly, they should just have a pamphlet they hand out on this. You know, this is what you may have to pay, like electric, gas, insurance. You know, here's how you estimate it every month.
I
and
really
blah,
wanted
blah,
a
blah.
class that said, how do I get out of paying some taxes? Because
If I could-
some people know how to do it. Why
Hire an
can't you teach the
accountant.
kids how to do it?
If I could budget my money when I have $5 to my name, like, but have like a whole bunch of money, no problem. Because that budgeting skills come in real good when you got no money. When you're like, all right.
Time to prioritize.
I feel like people who have no money spend way more money like on fees and transaction costs, and having no money is too damn expensive.
Yeah.
Overdraft fees and
It is.
fees to get your money, ATM fees,
Mhm.
cashing your paycheck, Western Union, all this shit, or like payday loans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you rack up your credit card, then there's like huge interest rate.
Mhm.
It costs a hell of a lot of money before. And that just keeps you in a
Yeah.
cycle and keeps you down. So you can't be disciplined.
Yeah,
which
they
is
call
very
that
hard.
actually because I went to some business school. And I got a business marketing degree.
Oh, really?
BA, yeah. And they call this basically, it's what it's called is the nickname really for it is called the invisible dime. So every dollar, they're trying to find a way to sucker 10 cents off at the end. It all adds up in a hurry.
Yeah.
With the fees and then, the best advice I ever tell people is when you get a credit card, pay the balance every month. You don't pay any interest. It's what you paid for what you got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
then you
then
rack
you
up the
start
points.
carrying over the balance, and then they want to lend you more because they know they're going to make money.
Well, even then, like, a lot of banks now, they kind of made the overdraft fees and stuff, like, where you don't get dinged for overdraft fees and everything, but it's like, how are you going to charge someone, $36, $37 per item overdrafted? Like, you're taking money from someone who doesn't have money.
Yeah, it's obviously
People
punitive.
they don't dispute it. And then they still, instead of like for each transaction would be 5 of them, you might have to just pay one.
Yeah, you can call them and say like, "Hey, I see you charged me this money. Can you not do that?" And they'll say something like, "Blah blah blah blah." Okay. Yeah, because I forgot to pay my credit card bill one month. I paid it like one day late years ago. I think it was like right around Christmas. It was like I think my bill was due like Christmas Eve, and I forgot. I was like, "Oops!" So I called them up. I was like, "So I forgot, but can I pay today? And can I not have a late fee?" And they said, "Well, all right, yeah, we'll do that for you. You can do it like once every year, or once every 2 years, or something like that." And I was like, "So I don't have to pay the fee?" They're like, "Yeah." Okay, let's do that. I didn't really
Read
have
the
to.
fine print.
I didn't have to get mad. I didn't have to get red in the face and start pitching them up and down. I just asked, like, instead of paying you money, can I not pay you money?
Shh, we're doing a show.
Oh God.
Someone die on your own time.
Yeah, something bad's happening.
R.I.P.
We'll hear about it in the news tomorrow.
So anyway, do you want to get to our prepared topics as part of the show?
Okay.
The focus segment. What do you got for us, Jasonda?
Oh, for which topic? Are you talking? That was like the one I sent today.
Yeah.
So, Ed, did you read about what I sent in the group chat? The group chat in Florida, in a Halloween display at a little Halloween store, there was a skull, and
Like a pretty little plastic skull.
yeah, they're you're thinking like, okay, it's just a prop. It's a human skull,
Wait, a real human skull?
real human skull.
Wait, so they had a prop skull that turned out to be a real skull?
Yeah, so what happened was they bought a storage unit like a long time ago, and that human skull was in there, so they called the authorities and they're investigating it to see
Did you
where
know?
it came from,
Well,
for
did
one.
you know there's a lot, when people like donate their bodies to science, there is a group of them where they take the skeletons and they turn them into actual, like, display pieces for schools and medical schools
Yeah.
and such. So, like,
Yeah.
sometimes those those you see in the corner of your room, some of those are real skeletons.
That's a real person over there.
Sometimes.
That
The
one I
ones in
would,
high school
that
were
one,
plastic
that one I
ones.
was humping to get a good picture of.
God. I went over
Yeah.
and rattled those bones. Those are real bones.
Ah.
I think I made a joke about how I was missing a bone.
All right.
All right. Giggity. Giggity.
Yeah, so like, how would you feel like if you went to a Halloween store and you bought what you thought was a fake skull, and then you bring it home and you're like, this is really realistic.
Well, I'd be dead, so I wouldn't care.
It's like if you bought fake weed and it turned out to be real, wouldn't you be happy? Okay, it's not the
I know
same.
some people that would be happy to have a real human skull, those real morbid motherfuckers.
So yeah, some people want to drink blood. No,
Hey.
drink their drink out of the skull of their
But
enemies.
And
I don't
the
want no
theater
fucking
guy.
skull hanging out in my
Don't
house.
you just want ever to have that moment where you talk to the skull like you're some character in Macbeth?
To be or not to be,
This guy is no more.
that is the question.
Mm,
Whether it's noble in the mind's eye to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or
Right.
die.
I'm legitimately
Perchance
curious
to
though.
sleep.
that's actually madly impressive right there. Like,
Nick's
I
a
don't
very
think- I don't think that's
cultured
even the
person.
right play though.
oh, okay.
I'm very curious though that
So-
after they actually get done investigating it, was it a missing person or was it just?
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Where do we
Oh.
hide the body? Let's just put it in
Yeah,
a,
do a
Halloween
story.
store.
No,
Yeah.
they, no, because originally the people with the Halloween store bought a storage unit,
Oh,
and it
okay.
was that skull was in the storage unit.
To begin with.
So it's like, did someone like kill somebody and like hide parts of their bodies everywhere and then kept the head in the storage unit or what?
There's also the case of the Ice Pick Killer where he killed the people, then he'd freeze the bodies for long months at a time and then dump them. And then they would thaw out. They were confusing coroners for years because they couldn't accurately peg the time of death for the people, so it made it next to impossible for them to figure out or solve the cases. And the guy was basically like a strong man for loan sharks and for some gangs and stuff.
So like the people would be missing for like weeks or months, and then when they found the body, they'd be like, "It looks like they died yesterday."
Yeah, basically. But
You're
he was
morbid.
using
I did that in a
storage
mom movie.
lockers to hold these cooling units. And
Goodfellas. That was in Goodfellas. Yes, yes, it was.
Yeah, Ed, that wasn't real life. That was a movie.
No, I swear, this was a documentary I had to watch in forensics class.
Unfreeze the body.
Or not forensics, it was my criminal justice class in high school.
They find a horse head in their bed too before they died.
Now we're going to Godfather? Okay.
You know that was a real horse head?
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked
They got it from
up.
like a slaughterhouse.
No. I mean,
Didn't the guy say he was like traumatized from that too? The guy that
Wouldn't
was in
you
bed
be?
when yeah,
You found
yeah,
a
I
freaking
would
head
be.
in your bed, and like, I think that blood was real too.
You're gonna be like, are you gonna Winnie for me?
Huh.
All right, nobody likes the morbid jokes.
Well, it's funny because we were just actually looking at skulls on Saturday night.
What?
documentaries.
No,
Yeah, we're looking at different homos.
Mm.
hobo.
No, not homo.
Homos.
Oh, Homo sapiens.
Yeah,
No,
homo.
not just Homo sapiens. All of the Homo
all the homos.
genus. All of the Homo genus.
Ah.
Like basically every single version of humans that ever existed.
Yeah, so every version of Homo.
Well, yeah, I
Oh,
can't
man.
remember
No,
what they're
the
called.
Homo
though.
sapiens is us.
Neanderthals.
Homo sapiens is us.
Yeah. Neanderthals.
And like a whole bunch more.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
like Homo sapiens and Neanderthals, those are the two most famous flavors.
Well, there were
Well, 'cause
Neanderthals and Homo sapiens lived together at the same time.
For a period.
Mhm.
For a period.
I think it was like 30, 40,000 years so
Some-
long.
something.
And then
And then we took over because
Well-
we're smarter.
well, it wasn't just that. We were killing them, using them as display pieces in
In Halloween shops.
Well, in circuses, traveling circuses,
Stick an eye patch on
put them in
them.
formaldehyde. They also did shrunken heads of those people,
Like formaldehyde. They had
where they pulled the
formaldehyde back
skull
then?
out and they shrank the heads.
How many years ago was it they had formaldehyde?
They took formaldehyde for a long time.
So isn't this like, what were they saying, millions or thousands of years ago? How long ago was it they were saying?
It was like 40,000 years ago. they
it
were
was
with us.
in the I don't know
Less.
exactly when the Neanderthals went, but
I think there's still genetic traces in some of our genes, because
Oh,
like
tell
some
me.
of us.
they say that some of us 1% of our DNA is Neanderthal,
Mhm.
and some scientists believe that that's why certain diseases exist
Is that why some people walk around dragging their knuckles and like
Big
itching
eyebrows.
their hairy chest?
Well,
Big
yeah,
over
that, well, the
eyebrows.
unibrow I thought was supposed to be a remnant of that gene. Oh well.
You got a comment?
Yeah.
It's so easier to
Kevin said,
get
"Who's
bugs
planning
back
on
then,
getting an
wasn't it?
N64 this Black Friday?"
Oh, dude, Kevin, I remember N64. Is that the 64-bit one? The new one that's coming out that's supposed to be 64 times more powerful than the original?
We just go to our friend's house and play it over there.
No, but me and Kevin used to go like hunting for the N64, like at Toys R Us. Like, you know, Xbox 3 was already out, and we'd like be walking down the line and be yelling like, "Nintendo 64! Did they sell out a Nintendo 64? I need one for my kids!" And like, none of us say kids. Nintendo 64 had come out like 12 years previous.
There was a picture on Facebook a few years ago where like it was when Toys R Us went out of business, and they were clearing out the shelves, and underneath one of the shelves was a Super Mario 64 box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like an original from when they were selling it. Like that's
Nice.
fucking cool. I would have kept that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it was pretty funny. We were trying to rile up the crowd. You know, like, I'm not sure what you guys do for Black Friday, but eventually I learned that the most fun I could have on Black Friday was try to incite, like,
A
trampling
riot.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would wait in line at a store with no intention of buying anything. And when the doors open, I would be shoving and trying to get in.
You're camping out there for like 3 days. Like, what are you gonna get? Like anything I can fuck get my hands on.
Nintendo 64.
You have no money whatsoever. You're just trying to go in and
No, I
fucking
didn't bring
cause a
money.
riot.
And then, like, I would watch for people who would, like, be just about to purchase a certain item.
Nick and I would be at Toys R Us at midnight, not intending on buying a thing, just messing with people.
Yeah. Or I would watch. I'd be like watching the crowd. I'd be like, people are like trying to like someone's like thinking about buying an item. They go to reach for it. And I would like run and snatch it out of their hands. And I'd be like, and
That's how you get stabbed. That's how you get
except
stabbed.
the person looked really confused, not mad. It's nice to get back.
Hi, Pauletta.
Hello.
Pauletta's on.
What up? What up? And the Nintendo 64 is definitely the greatest gaming system of all time. Not even close. If I could buy one again today, I would.
And that was magical when it came out. And I just remember playing it going, wow.
Oh, we still do. We go over our buddy's house, and just a massive game collection of like N64, Sega, Super Nintendo.
But all you guys ever
regular
want to
Nintendo.
play is
No, Josh wants to only play Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl. That's right.
He only wants to play Tecmo Bowl. I want to
Yeah.
yeah.
I left my Nintendo 64 in Tennessee. Lawyer, if you're coming up for a visit soon, feel free to bring in N64.
I still have my Super Nintendo.
Oh,
That Nintendo at Josh's was mine when I was a little kid.
yeah.
I gave it to him. He got it fixed, and then
Well, do you guys ever go out and try to trample people on Black Friday anymore? Or is it kind of
No.
like all gone by the wayside?
no.
Yeah, it's all basically like Cyber Monday
Nursing
now.
hangover, you know, time for this.
I mean, I used to go at like 4 a.m. and that was fun because you could get up early and yeah, you probably would have a massive hangover. And you're just like,
Yeah.
why am I up? Let's go buy some hosiery or sheets or whatever the fuck. But then they started doing it at midnight. It was like a big party. It was awesome. And then they started like moving it earlier and earlier.
Oh yeah,
on
then it was
Thanksgiving.
then it was like
Right.
5 p.m. at
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
they killed
Right,
it
you
though.
open
and then they
Right.
moved. Then they moved it to like Wednesday, and it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, no, it's like they really
out-greeted
killed it.
each other. They
Yeah.
out-greeted.
And then everyone just buys shit online anyway. It's like fairly, I don't know, maybe I went to the wrong spot, but the last time I went a couple years ago, it was like, there's nobody. There's nobody. I like saw almost nobody in the stores. I was like, so
Yeah,
this is
the
no fun. I'm not here to buy
flavor's
things.
over. Right.
I'm here to mess with people. So where's the people?
Mhm.
Like Ed said, buying online
It's like
now.
going to a protest. You know, you're just there for the hippie chicks. You're there with the causes.
Oh, are there any good protests here soon?
No, I went there and I got, you know, I mean, chicks were hideous. If they were hot, they'd be out having fun instead of
God.
protesting some dumb shit.
They did an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia about that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Or literally like like in the show, Dennis and Mac went on either sides of the protest, and they're calling each other like, "Hey, like, any good talent over here? These chicks are all dried up." And then Dennis tries to like hop over the barricade to go to the other side, and everybody starts throwing eggs at him. And like there's like eggs like coming from both sides and blasting
Oh,
his
that's
ass
good
and his
stuff.
face at the same time. Oh, one of the greatest episodes. Very early days. I've never been to a protest that fun.
You know what I enjoy? I thoroughly enjoy watching videos of people that are protesters that try to block the roads.
I'm thinking of start
And
getting run
people
over.
drive. So there's
I like when they get removed.
so there's
Oh my
some
God.
like where
Out of my way.
people in their cars just won't stop and keep going. I fucking love it when semi truck drivers just start going, and then eventually like they see that they're not stopping and they jump the fuck out of the way.
Right. My buddy calls it the geese theory. Like there's a pack of geese walking. You start driving, and all of a sudden they know how to walk fast.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're
Like
moving.
look,
These are kind of scary though.
you're trying to stop people from going to work. You're trying to stop semi truck drivers from getting their delivery done on time. Look, you're gonna stand in front of me when I got 5 minutes left to get to work.
You were pissed, yeah.
I'm
Some of these people
So
are
we get,
delivering
we get more
vital
comments?
organs and stuff.
yeah,
You know, I mean,
yeah,
it's like some
important
serious
shit.
people
More
that got
comments?
good stuff on them.
They're rolling in.
Josh said, "Run them over." I feel it. Hell yeah, Josh, I feel that.
I saw a video the other day of I'll put it somewhere, but it was protesters that literally like chained themselves to each other and like were blocking the road.
Okay, well, that's a fucking buy one get the rest of them for free special.
Or, like they chained themselves to like each other and like a table or something like that.
This is going to be entertaining.
Yeah, I think they had the table in the middle. They chained themselves to it, making a even line, and then actually like border. This is what in the south or something like that. A border patrol truck or like some sort of police truck came in and rammed the table, and you can see that the people were like, "Whoa!" And then it's like they all started screaming like, "We don't have any weapons. We're just protesting. We don't have any weapons." And like he hadn't even touched him yet.
Oh, hey Doug. Doug joined in.
Oh, what's good?
Dude, I feel like, look, if you're gonna protest and you're gonna block a fucking freeway or something like that, what happens to you is your fault and it's on you.
What do you think's going to happen?
Exactly.
There's so many
All right,
places
you
you
made
can
your point,
protest.
right?
I mean, you
Get
can
out of the
protest
road.
like you can protest on the sidewalk. You can protest
Out-
over by
out-
a building.
yeah.
You can protest in front of the courthouse. You can protest on public land, but it's not the freeway.
Yeah. And then when people do get hit, there's always a person recording going, "I got it on film. Did you see it? I got it on film. You're going down, motherfucker." And it's like, look, dude, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
The bastards there on the both sides of like the highway, and this person came by, and one guy was taking pot shots at it with a gun.
Oh,
and it
shit.
missed the vehicle, hit the people on the other
Oh,
side.
shit.
God.
That's terrible. Oh, my God.
Dumbasses.
Wow.
All right, well, okay, let's shoot at it.
I mean, I know, like,
dumb
this
shit.
is America, but like this ain't like the rootin' tootin' cowboys shooting pistols up in the air anymore.
Like, look,
Not Yosemite Sam.
like if you're protesting to get your point across, the worst way to do it, not only for their safety but for everyone's safety, is not to stand on the fucking road. Because if you're blocking me from getting to work for some of your protesting, I don't give a fuck if you're trying to raise Hitler from the dead. I'm gonna go against whatever you're fucking saying because you're an asshole.
Yeah, they kind of operate on the premise that all publicity is good publicity, but I think they're testing the upper limits to it. Because, yeah, whatever the cause is, everyone's like, I don't care what it is, I want to go against it now.
Mhm,
They're
yeah.
just, like, being so obtrusive and not very constructive.
Yeah, it's like the worst. Like it's almost like when like YouTube, which I don't have ads because you pay for the no ads, but on YouTube where it's like that ad on YouTube makes me not want to buy that product.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Dude, I'm so
said
with
that
you.
ad on
So
YouTube makes
with
me
you.
not want to buy that product.
Yes.
said what?
It,
Make sure
it
I
comes
won't
up
buy your
so
crap.
often. I'm like, I realized the other day, I
Dare
don't
you
even
in
know
my-
I don't even know how to click on ads. In my life, I've never clicked on one. I've always just said, no, get out of here. I was like, if I literally wanted to click on it, how do I do it? I have no clue. If it's on my TV, like, what I don't know what to even.
There's a pill that cures cancer. Fuck that shit. I ain't never taken that.
3,
I
2,
got some stuff
1,
where you-
skip.
You accidentally think you hit something like, how did I do that? Where did this thing come from? How do I get out of it?
Oh my gosh, crazy. Yeah, okay, so instead of just tearing them down, why don't we try to build up these protesters? What could they do that would actually want us to help their cause? What if instead of blocking the road, they went out to the roads and started fixing potholes?
Yeah. Okay.
You start,
Yeah. They said like they're out there, they got the
this pothole's fixed by blah, blah, blah.
exact. Actually, Domino's was doing that for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
I
Domino's was
remember.
like, we want to
Yeah, I
get our
remember.
pizza to you faster, so let's fix the roads so our drivers get there faster.
It didn't last very long.
No, it didn't. Like,
Yeah, it's probably
oh.
expensive as shit.
Yeah.
When they realize how much, that's pretty
Right.
fucking, that's
No,
not
come on,
cheap.
this crap.
Yeah. Like, if that show Parks and Rec is to be believed, literally anybody can go out and do it. All you need is a bag of agate or whatever and like a tamping tool, and you smash it down. So these protesters, they could go out, they could be removing graffiti from places. They could be fixing potholes.
Picking up
they
trash.
They could be,
Right.
mowing lawns and doing all kinds of constructive things. And maybe we actually think that their cause is worthwhile. But they're like, no, we got to stop you from being productive.
Hand out some Domino's pizza. Do anything. Right? Maybe I'll listen to you.
Right.
There was stories years ago where there was so many potholes in the road, someone started going and taking spray paint and spray painting giant penises over the potholes.
Oh yeah.
So then the city's like, oh, let's clean that up.
That was actually an episode of the show The League.
Oh, did they?
Yes, but they give it a little more of a controversial flavor.
So that's obviously where people started doing it then.
Well,
They
because
got the idea.
The League, there's this dude who had a pothole right at the base of his driveway, and he wanted to get it fixed by the city. And so he's in the show, he's Jewish, so he went over and he put a swastika over it. So the city would come fix it, and the city decided not to come fix it. No, I'm sorry. But then he got caught by like the camera that rolls by Google Street View. While he was doing it, and people were looking for the address, like people are coming over for a party, and they were all seeing this house. Like, wait a minute, isn't that you? Isn't that you spray painting that offensive mark? Aren't you Jewish? So it really backfired on him.
So
There was also an episode, and you guys remember, what was it? Earl. My name is Earl.
I know the show. I have
So
watched
there was
it, though.
one of the things he wanted to do to like cross off one of the things he did wrong on his list was to fill in potholes. So he went around using gravel and stuff to fill in potholes, and a cop comes up and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm filling these potholes." And he's like, "You can't do that." What?
Why?
So because you're legally not allowed to.
That's a lie of okay people break.
Yeah, I'd be so okay with that.
Just
But he's
like
so-
you're not allowed to plow public streets with your personal truck.
Yeah. I always wondered why
Oh, really?
people don't volunteer to help their neighbors out with that stuff. It's because it's illegal to.
You could
We
do it.
don't-
You could do the neighbor's driveway if you want.
Yeah, but you can't do the road
You can't do
connecting
the
up to their
roads.
driveway. Yeah.
So they're
It's a union thing.
you know actually, if you hit a pothole and you blow out a tire or you blow out a wheel because of that,
You're not-
you can contact the city and get them to reimburse you for it.
I've heard
I heard that
of that.
doesn't work.
I've heard of that, but
It's hard to do, but I know some people that have done it.
because when I was down
I know
in
some people that have done
Nashville, and they got snow over last winter or 2 winters ago, like they almost never get snow,
Like,
and
cause
the roads like really weren't ready for it, so it actually caused their roads, their potholes to. Honest to God, it sounds crazy. Their potholes to be way worse than here. Like you go on the freeway and you'd be like, wham, 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 wham.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's
people
nuts.
were like on the side of the road, like broke down like for months after that, and people were trying to get reimbursed for it, and they're having all kinds of problems.
So there's a thing with Tesla's cars because the wheels are so wide, but the tires are wide, but they're not deep on the tread. That people would go over these potholes and they'd crack the rims on the Tesla vehicles. And it is a big problem with, like, if you're living somewhere with one of those cars and there's potholes there, and you risk doing that, especially at highway speeds and you hit a pothole, it's just so much pressure on the.
Well, if you
wheel.
like, especially if you have like more of like a sporty performance car, and you got the low profile thin walls on your tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I go hit a bump, I'm always like, oh God, I'm sorry, sidewalls. But actually, that does segue nicely into the next topic that I wanted to bring up today, which was, we talked about EVs a couple weeks ago, but as a corollary to that, I wanted to talk about electric mowers. Now, do you guys have you ever used an electric mower? Or do you
I've seen
seen
people using those electric leaf blowers and they look like they suck. There's no power.
Actually, they're pretty. Some of them are pretty cool. My buddy's got like the blower, the mower, and a snow blower with those, and they're pretty because they recharge the battery. They actually work kind of well.
The blower I could see, like the leaf blower, but like the snow blower and the lawnmower, like you need like power.
Yeah.
You need
torque.
some power for that.
The
Yeah.
packs are pretty big, and then
Yeah.
like then
Well-
you get a couple of them, so as you're charging them, you can just like recycle them.
I-
out of
Yeah.
Because I've always heard
Not bad actually. I was surprised.
we had a electric weed whacker for a while, but they don't last forever is the problem. We're like, a gasoline still weed whacker will last you a lifetime. That thing never breaks
Little
on you.
two-stroke.
Fuck
Yeah.
I started up B. Hizzle's weed whacker the other day. This was like a couple months ago, and I don't remember why we were. Oh, I think we were helping J-Mosh move or something like that. And I was like, oh, cool, you got a weed whacker over here. He's like, oh, yeah, I can't start that thing up. That hasn't started in years. I was like, really? And I like read the directions. I was like,
Yeah.
like 3 pulls.
Turn the fuel on, hit the primer a
The
couple
primer,
times,
yeah.
and pull it.
Yeah.
But I really don't like. I've always heard those electric lawnmowers just don't have the power to cut like a gas mower does.
Well, especially not if I heard some people be like, I had one and they used it, but like once their grass gets too long, it can't do it.
Because it
It
doesn't have the power.
Doesn't have the
Yeah.
torque.
I mean,
Yeah.
these ones, they're in all the defense. My buddy had his were some really top of the line ones, so I don't know if that has anything to do with
It does.
Probably
definitely.
helps
I was
a
like,
lot.
I was always wondering about, like you were saying, the longevity of these products. You know, I know they're all kind of new.
The
to
battery
the market.
dies first.
Is this thing gonna go, or what's
Yeah.
it
The
gonna
battery's
cost me
expensive,
overall?
Yeah.
So okay, I guess I should have put out my my thesis
Okay.
about these mowers. That yes, you're right. There's different flavors. There's different varieties.
Mhm.
But if you're talking about the base model of the Ego mower, it costs twice as much as a gas mower, and it has half of the torque.
Mhm.
So basically, you cannot cut long grass.
Mhm.
Not only
Yep.
will it bog down, but actually, I personally was trying to cut some grass. It wasn't that long, but we're trying to cut it shorter for like the end of the year to put down the fertilizer, right?
Did you
Mhm.
burn up the motor?
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
second stripe on the lawn.
Exactly.
I went
That's,
down.
That's
I went down
another problem.
I went down the first stripe. I was like, it like bogged down once. I was like, oh, okay, let me turn the speed down. 'Cause that's what it says to do. Second stripe on the way back, it bogged down and it quit.
And you burned
it,
up the
literally,
motor.
It burned it up.
Yep.
It's like, okay, you have a gas mower, right? I mean, everyone's been mowing with
Yeah.
gas for
Don't
years.
these things have
You
How many- how many times-
overwhelm it. It shuts it down. It doesn't.
No,
the
it
motor's
literally
not
just
running no
broke.
more.
So
No,
this
like
is-
No, like for a gas
a
one,
gas
yeah,
mower.
yeah.
It shuts it down.
Right.
The blade
It's running too.
disengages.
It's running too low of RPMs.
Yes.
It stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Electric
Fail
mower.
safe.
You're literally the motor is still trying to go. It's applying all this electricity to the motor.
Right.
It burns it up.
Don't
Yeah.
these things have any warranties on them?
Yeah, they actually had to send a new motor.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, which is nice, but then like,
Then you
it-
got to put it in yourself.
Well, then you're also
before-
waiting for your grass, or you're waiting for the motor while the grass is growing, and then you get this new mower and it can't do it now.
well, actually, the neighbor cut the grass.
Okay.
With what? A gas.
Well, yeah, the gas mower. Yeah, exactly. And he cut it. He like it was like a hot knife through butter. It was like bam. And he was cutting it shorter than this thing was.
This is one thing we should have learned from Tim Allen's full time: more power.
Yeah, but okay, I think that's the worst feature of the mower
Home
because,
improvement.
like, what I was trying to get at is when you have a gas mower that gets bogged down. How many hundreds of times has that happened in all of our lives? Oh no, it was too high. I've cut grass before it was like a foot tall, and it was like, yeah, okay, it would bog down a little bit, but I was just like kind of work it, and then not even a problem. But this thing, literally, it could not handle grass that was like maybe 3 inches tall for
Yeah.
more than 2 stripes. It's like if the thing's gonna break, then what the hell's the point?
So also, what's nice about why I like gas ones is because I use it for my spring cleanup. When there's bushes and things I need to cut down, I put it up on the highest setting, or the highest elevation on it. I put a bag on the back end. I just mulch all of it, and then it grows back next year. I don't have to
Right.
worry about it.
Right. So
And then I'm
I
not
guess
like cutting and sweep or not raking everything up.
Stuff,
It's just
something like a weed whacker or a leaf blower,
Yeah,
where it's
that
not
might
it's
work
not
fine.
under stress. Like that could be fine, but when you're applying a lot of resistance, like the grass and resistance to that blade,
yeah.
and it's slowing that motor down, and it's applying all that power to that motor, it's gonna burn up.
Okay, but get this. So now what they say is, if the grass is getting kind of long, you have to cut it once at a higher setting, then cut it again twice at a lower setting. Like, dude,
Yeah, fuck that.
the lawn takes me like an hour and a half to do the first time. They want me to do that and then do it at a lower setting. 3 hours to cut the lawn just because of a stupid electric thing.
Yeah, fuck that.
And it's like, what's the benefit? I mean, like, the amount of gas that you're using is like so minuscule. And electricity has got to come from somewhere. We talk about it's all ad nauseam. We talk about this over and over again. So it's like, what are the benefits? The benefits are, I found actually
it's
a lot of
the
people.
pollution. Is
No,
the
actually,
benefit.
people weren't even talking about the pollution. People were talking about the pull start. That they wanted the electric motor because they didn't want to pull start the gas one.
It's stupid.
Lazy.
Honestly, though, one of the bigger contributors to pollution right now is
Yes, yes. What these people probably really wanted was an electric start for their gas mower.
Yeah.
But they don't have that, so they're just like, I'll get a full electric mower, and it's ostensibly worse. It's like kind of like my brain like hurts for this. Like
Yeah.
you didn't want to pull it like this, so you bought a mower that's twice as expensive, that's half as good, and it will break.
Mhm.
And really, all you wanted to do was have the push to start instead of this.
It's like the electric car, you know. Okay, I'll quit polluting the environment. Okay, I'll come bring my junker in, and you go get me an electric car. I'll be happy to drive it. They're like, oh no, you got to give me 60, 80. No. He really cared about the environment that much.
What was the one thing I saw before? It was like something about an electric car, and then they had a generator to like charge it, but it was a diesel
Oh
generator.
yeah. When the power goes out, yeah.
Yeah. Well, wasn't
You
it
see the picture of the guy
Volkswagen gives
filling
you a
up at the gas
backup
station?
generator in your trunk for one of their EVs?
Oh my god,
Where
it's ridiculous.
yeah, so you just if you do run out of gas or if you do run out of electricity, you plug in the generator and you just fill it up with gas. And you're like, okay.
We're stuck in like this awkward in between time. It's like
We
our
should-
society is in our teen years. We got a bunch of pimples. And we're trying to
Yeah.
become
It's
a
like
real
they-
adult
they
society.
Mean well,
We
but
really
they want to make
should-
money off of it.
Yeah.
You know,
We
yeah.
should have really just
Let
gone
them
straight
think.
into hybrid vehicles and not tried to do just electric vehicles because we're not there yet. We're getting close.
We've been
We're
doing
getting
hybrid
very
vehicles
close.
for like 20-something years.
Well, there's supposedly there's a
You
new
wanna make money.
engine.
It comes back to the money.
Yeah,
I-
it's green not because of it's good for the environment. It's green for the
They need
money.
fuel
Yeah.
first, and then you know.
There's supposed to be
Meanwhile,
an.
but we need to make
I think it was Volkswagen was working on an engine that's going to be 95 pounds, an electric engine. That's going to draft
Is that
like
a lot or a little?
that's
It's a very small engine.
It's a
Look, for
lightweight,
an
but
electric
they were
engine,
saying
that's
it would
probably-
produce
95 pounds.
it was going to produce over 500
Good luck
horsepower.
getting
They were
the
saying.
telephone.
my 95 my engine that was on my go-kart would have been like 3/4 of that, or like over
Yeah,
half
but
that
it's not
weight.
electric.
No, but
Electric engines like the size of a watermelon.
No, they're heavy though.
yeah.
They're very heavy.
Yeah.
They're like 200, 300 pounds.
The size of a watermelon, 200 or
More.
300 pounds?
Yeah.
Hell!
It's all the metal in it.
You can make something this big, 200 or 300 pounds?
Pick up an alternator.
True.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, but I wanted to
Actually,
I wanted to ask our resident gearhead over here specifically, but also for the group. Do you think it would be possible and economical to have a gas lawnmower with the electric start?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
as it
actually,
works.
so what's actually funny about
the
that?
grass cut.
Yeah.
No,
With the grass cut.
What's actually funny about that is one of my RC cars has an electric start, and it's a nitro engine. It runs nitromethane out of it,
Okay.
so it runs off fuel, carburetor,
Yeah.
and the way you start it is an electric start.
So it's like you plug in from the wall, or is it a battery?
There's a battery that you plug into it, and then you hit the button, and it applies power to it, and then it spins the engine over.
Oh, so like actually the battery is like separate. Like handheld?
Yeah, it's like
No code.
it's literally a thing with a battery in it. You plug it into the port on the car,
Yeah.
and then you hit the button, and it supplies it with electricity, and then it powers.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool.
Damn it, Ed. Yeah, it's very possible because I mean cars have electric starters.
Yeah, but they also have like a car is big and clunky. Oh, you don't want your lawnmower to get bigger and clunkier.
Oh,
No.
it's not going to
No.
though. No, because if you can make the push start systems look small.
I
on
wouldn't
them.
even doubt if they have that feature for
Yeah.
lawnmowers. Like
That they just don't
you could
install.
buy one
Yeah.
somewhere and
So,
do it yourself.
The lawnmower I have, it's a one pull start every time.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little older, so it's two now. But
Oh,
if,
yeah,
if
they'll
you
be-
run it and then you shut it off, it's one to start it every single time after that.
That's
so
cool.
it's not a hassle.
But then you got to maintain it though. Like my go-kart my go-kart was a two pull start because anytime I ran fuel stabilizer in it,
Yeah.
and then when I was done riding it, I'd turn the fuel off, run the carburetor bowl, drive the fuel, and let it die on its own. So now there's not fuel sitting in the carburetor to gum up and shit.
Yeah.
So that thing could sit for 8 months, and I turn the fuel on, pull it once, and all that fuel gets sucked into the carburetor bowl.
And it's
pull it
all
a-
fresh fuel.
pull
It's
it-
not gummed
and
up.
Pull it a second time,
Yeah.
and it would start.
Right.
It's all about like those people that are sitting there trying to gank the like if you winterize your shit, if you're not going to use your lawnmower over winter, put fuel stabilizer in it, make sure the carburetor is clean of fuel.
Well, yeah, because the motor my mom has, like, I was like literally yanking with all my strength. I was like, "Ugh, ugh." I was like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
we're
I'm gonna rupture
Well,
something.
that's
It
when
still
you
didn't start.
that's when you push the lawnmower forward and you pull back at the same time. You your
Get that
little
extra little bit of,
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
I felt like I was applying plenty of force for. I mean, any human probably could do about the same.
Yeah.
So, oopsie.
You know what I love is those self-propelled mowers.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best. I love that. That's what ours is too. So
Going and going.
it's also like the deck is like yay wide on it, so like you get it done pretty well.
Damn,
It's,
that's a big deck.
It's nice. It's got 2 blades under it.
How'd you get such a big deck?
We bought it a long time ago. We've had this thing for 12 years now, and we've repaired it every time it broke.
I always hate when your deck breaks.
I know it sucks.
Yeah.
The repairs are always expensive on your
Dude,
deck.
well, we
Do
also
you have
had...
any kind of protection for that deck?
Oh my god.
You're running that deck with no protection?
No, I double wrapped it. I know I'm not supposed to.
You run that deck on your personal equipment, or you running it all around town?
All around town.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's a horror of the deck.
People giving you a pretty penny for using your deck?
Sometimes I give them a discount.
Make sure you clean that deck after you run through that
Occasionally,
grass, because some of that grass can be pretty dirty.
Nobody wants a dirty deck.
Nice.
Right. Occasionally you'll get a good breakfast, right?
Okay, I guess we got to move on. We got to move on to our third piece on the docket here, which is apex predators.
All right, who's your favorite?
Shamu.
An
Yeah,
orca.
I agree with
An orca.
this.
Yeah.
I agree with Shamu.
Shamu is like fun and cuddly, and like he'll get you wet if you sit in the splash zone.
And then
but
drown.
he'll also like rip your face off if you live in the ocean.
Well, no, she'll just drown you. Well,
So-
the other thing was like when they were killing the trainers, they were already mistreating them. They were already miserable animals.
Oh, you
and
talking
they-
about that special that came out on Netflix?
Yeah, Blackfin.
Blackfin? I did not see that. I didn't have the
Oh,
heart
it
to
was
watch
so
it.
good.
So orcas are
or bad.
literally are apex in the ocean,
Yeah.
up in the areas where there's seals and ice and stuff.
Mhm.
They're so smart that if a seal is on a big piece of ice and they can't get to it, what they do
Make a wave.
is a couple of them will go under and then they'll flap and make a wave to knock
Well,
that
so-
seal off.
What they'll do is they'll be right at
They'll
surface
toy with
level
it,
of the
too, you know,
water
they flip
as they're
around and
swimming
teach
into
the
it, and
young
it fills the
on it.
water
Yeah,
up in
this
front
is
of it, and then they
scary.
go under it.
Yep.
But
They gotta
yeah,
sneak through.
the
I'm
other thing that's
gonna,
really cool about orcas
I'm gonna
is
take
They kill
a,
great white sharks.
they will, but that's not the coolest thing. Because there are so many different pods of orcas. They all have their own language, which they
Yeah.
had to learn the hard way when they tried releasing some of these into different pods, hoping they would like join them. They couldn't. They would just get outcasted or get attacked by those pods of orcas. So it was never like a real feasible way for like them to release those animals in SeaWorld.
So if you ever see a great white shark that basically is just mangled,
Mm,
like washed up on a beach, and you'll notice
liver's gone.
the liver is gone,
It's the most nutrient dense part
And-
on the shark. Also, it's the biggest organ on a great white shark.
and it's filled with the most. And what there was a documentary I watched where, because if you were to take a shark and put it and tip it upside down, it puts it into like a hypnosis state.
Oh yeah.
And so they were noticing that
They were-
some of the orcas they had footage of them going
Yeah.
after even great whites,
Mhm.
and they would get them to go upside down
Yeah.
and then go right for the liver.
No, it's also not unheard of that there were dolphins that were doing this that would use echolocation and ram sharks that would get too close to their young, and the combination would be devastating to the shark. Now there's supposedly it's not a sperm whale, it's the other whale with the
A hammerhead.
No, the
No,
whale with the
sperm.
little round thing on the front of its head. It lives in colder climates as well.
Are you talking a beluga whale?
No, belugas. It's part of that species. It's a member of the dolphin family, a lot like orcas are a member of the dolphin family as well.
Mhm.
But it produces much stronger sonar waves where orcas can't be around them. When they come into waters where orcas live, the orcas leave, and we have just realized that now. Where like there have been whales that because they're not as big as the orcas, but they're still pretty big sized mammals. But the orcas just won't fuck with them. Where like they could if they wanted to, but
Yeah.
this animal has formed a defense against them.
Did you ever go like the orcas? You can actually like go on the computer and look it up. These people get close to the beach line, and these like taking pictures, and these orcas side attack them right from
Mm-hmm.
and they'll eat the people, and they just
See,
drag
well,
them in and
see,
eat them up. And
see,
it's just scary.
when
I was
people
like,
when all these videos
Yeah,
are
I've
like,
seen it with the
oh,
seals.
the orcas, they attack their trainers, and it's like, well, yeah, because orcas are literally a fucking killing machine.
Yeah,
And
they
get
are
hungry.
a
And they get
fucking
hungry.
killing
They're
machine.
wolves of the ocean.
Like,
Okay?
they literally will kill great white sharks and eat
Ain't
their
so
and
great,
eat the
are they?
livers. Like they are a fucking hunter. Like most whales will, like just suck in a bunch of water and filter it out through their mouth and keep the plankton in.
Oh, sperm whale.
Sperm whales or any kind of those big whales,
Bristled-
blue whales,
Bristle-toothed whales. Yeah.
blue whales.
Yeah.
But then, or they might eat little fish, and like some whales will eat like fish, stuff like that. But like
Okay, here's a question though. So
orcas are fucking dangerous.
Orcas will
Very
kill great
smart.
white sharks, but will they mess with great black sharks?
Is it a cop? Is the orca
Is it
a
an
cop?
undercover shark? Is that what we're talking about?
Undercover shark. God, that's entrapment, man. And I think you gotta go soon.
Yeah, no, I still got time.
All right. Well, okay. So, what do you think about the the title of that article was asserting that humans are actually not apex predators, and actually humans rank on the apex predator scale somewhere between swine and anchovies.
So, if you look at what about us being predators, we are predators. We're omnivores. We plantation and we eat meat. Unless you're a vegan, then you just okay. I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Who's a hoe?
But you got to look at your environment. Okay.
Yeah.
We might be apex predators in this environment. You throw us in the safari. And you got lions, cheetahs,
This is why we made
jaguars.
weapons.
Yeah,
Crocodiles,
exactly,
alligators.
but
You
like,
gotta
yo,
You throw us in the ocean, like in the middle of the ocean with orcas, great whites, and all other sharks. We're apex in our own area,
We're
but
not apex predators though because of what we evolved with these flimsy weapons of nails. And
yeah, we don't
teeth.
even have we don't have claws.
We're apex
Barely
predators
have fangs.
because we can invent anything to handle other apex predators.
We got
There's
like a
tools.
rock on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, really.
When's the last time an orca came knocking on your door?
Yeah,
Like
the
Girl
orcas
Scout
file tax.
cookies.
Like buy some cookies?
It comes over, it's like,
what was it? The other
Orcas
guys
Scout.
with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, where he's like, "I'm a lion. I'd swim out into the ocean, and you're tuna, and I would eat you." And he's like, "You don't even know what you're talking about." He's like, "I would get other tuna or whatever the fuck he said, and like we would eat you alive,
Tuna?
or something like
I
that,
said
I think it was
tunas
dolphins
are
or whatever it
huge,
was."
though.
Yeah.
As far as like other fish that are
porpoise.
like apex predators, tuna are a species of apex predator. They're monstrous fish and they are fast as hell.
But I mean, when you look at like, actually, you want to know another documentary I watched is you want to know what is considered the most lethal predator on the planet.
Ooh, it's a tiny cat. It's a tiny cat.
Yes, it is.
It's a little
Yep.
furry thing. It's so cute.
It
if
is.
it's
It
cold,
is. It is.
stands on its tail
It
to
is.
keep its paws
It is.
warm.
It is actually the most what's considered the most lethal
It has the
predator.
highest kill rate.
Yep. Fuck yeah, Ed.
I love
We watch a
animals.
lot of the same shit.
I love
It
animals.
is.
It's a
It
high,
is.
TD
It is a
ratio.
cat.
Oh yeah,
It
its
is a
TD
cat.
ratio is
It is a cat.
outstanding.
It is.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
It is a cat that is literally like no bigger than this,
Mhm.
and because its its success and its ratio in its hunting is the highest, it's considered the most lethal because it has the highest success rate in hunting. It's not going to take down an antelope. It's not going to take
wait a
us
minute.
down.
So could we make that like into a pet? Like we would make it like our household cat, and like it'll go and kill all the mice in the barn
Well,
or
it's
You
why
know
something.
we
what?
have
You know
cats.
what's funny? You
Why
would.
have
You would.
barn
They
If,
work in packs.
you know what's
I've
funny?
seen something like they work
The
in
way it
packs.
looks, if someone had it as their house cat, you wouldn't even bat an eye. You
Yeah.
wouldn't even bat an
No,
eye.
you'd want to pet that thing because it's so cute.
But it doesn't look like a lion or a cheetah. You would look at it if someone had it as a pet and just think it was a cat, but it's a wild cat.
So why? Okay, so the crux of the question on this one is why do you think that us humans evolved to be not necessarily an apex predator, but the master of the planet, where dolphins are all basically almost as smart, and you got like you could probably pick 10 more animals that are better hunters.
There's
more
actually
lethal.
a species of squid they've documented have higher IQ points or higher intelligence levels than dolphins.
Well, I know an octopus can like fit through like tiny shapes and
Octopus or aliens?
Some of these things live for centuries.
Well,
you know, it's
well,
just-
one
it's
thing you got to look.
baffling.
One thing you got to look at outside of all those animals have a way to communicate, but it's one way they communicate. Dolphins are doing.
Echolocation. Yeah, and
Echolocation.
they'll do bubbles.
Each animal is doing only. We have our vocal cords where we can have a language and all that stuff.
it's not just our vocal cords.
and
though.
also,
It's not just our vocal
Yeah.
cords. 'Cause
No.
without our lips, it would sound like this.
yeah, I know, but we can communicate, but also at the same time,
Yeah, opposable thumbs.
yep,
Animals have to
We have
learn how to
hands in
carry
general.
pistols, yeah.
hands in general,
Yeah.
hands. Also,
We
our
soup and Nate?
our ability to adapt to environment.
You mean put clothes on?
Yep, there you go.
I like how we say that's an
There we go.
adaptation. It's not just us being like,
Yeah.
oh,
Everything figured it out.
Yeah, I adapt to my environment in Euclid by going there with the
Little
piece.
mercat.
yeah.
If you see an orca with a bazooka,
Get the fire. Yeah, this orca's got a spear
problem.
gun mounted on its left dorsal fin. Watch out, scuba
it
divers.
reminds me
Snap.
of that Jurassic, the
sounds like a
original
good movie.
Jurassic Park, when the guy
Scuba
steals
orca?
all the DNA.
Yeah.
The guy from Seinfeld, and he drives off,
Newman.
and he's like, Professor Sex.
No,
Professor-
stick,
go-
stick, stupid, stick.
Professor Stick, stupid. And he throws it. He goes, oh,
No wonder you're extinct.
The guy walks up, and he's like,
And it like shoots acid at him.
Oh yeah, right.
It's. I think it's just like because like the animals a lot. They run on instinct and stuff, but like also like communication is also more limited than ours, and also our hands, our toes, our way to adapt to our environment. Like I think that's why like we really survive.
Kind of makes you wonder if there's any other time that there was other creatures on this planet that did have the opposable thumb, or they're all the Homo species or genus or
Well,
whatever it was.
there's
primates.
raccoons.
Oh yeah, raccoons. Yeah.
Raccoons kind of have that use, but they don't have the individual use of the fingers. They just grab together, but they basically have hands.
Hi, Dawn. Dawn's watching.
Oh, hi Don. What's up? We're talking about raccoons, and, meerkats, and orcas.
Weird shit.
Oh yeah.
one other apex. I'm not saying they're anything apex, but I was walking home one time, and it was like half a mile walk. Not from here. It was in Eastlake. And I was walking, and I see just these eyes of the coyotes. I can just see them like
Really?
scared
Oh
as
my
shit.
Yeah.
God, that is scary.
Yeah. I was like,
Coyotes are
come on,
another
mother.
thing too, man, because they're
They
while
like, they pack hunt. They're.
Well, it's not just that. If you never see them, they're a lot like
they're
what
like a German Shepherd or something.
mountain
like a
lions.
dog,
Mountain lions and coyotes have a shared thing where you may never know they're in your town. But
Cheers, Dawn.
if you're in their environment, they are there. Like New York has coyotes, and people never see them.
We have coyotes.
Yeah, and I've
I've
seen them
seen
here
them
and them.
I've
Yeah,
seen.
I've seen
But
them
not
twice.
nearly as many as
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think. All right, I'm leaving.
When there's
Oh.
about
Not me say dick.
Have a good
Later.
rest of the podcast,
Coyotes,
guys.
bye.
frickin'
Got any
coyote.
last word, or you running away?
Yeah, you got to say your goodbye to the camera. What's your goodbye? What's your word of wisdom?
Oh, no,
You're
I know-
lucky
I know
you
it is
fucking took
goodbye.
that salad because I was
His
gonna
goodbye
eat the
is,
shit out
You
of
can
it.
eat my salad.
It's don't.
If
count
you don't
the
want it,
days
I'm gonna
with
take
kids,
it.
go
right?
ahead.
Fuck yeah, I'll take it.
Tossing this salad.
I'm gonna toss your salad.
All right,
Thanks,
I'm
Ed.
leaving.
I'm gonna.
You gotta
butter
say your
your
bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful day.
What's your words of wisdom? What's your go home line?
Oh, just be nice.
I thought your go-to
Say-
line was don't count the days, make the days count.
No, that was somebody else. That was
That-
dogs.
Those dogs.
Oops, I got you guys mixed up.
That's fine.
Haircut.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know. I gotta go.
All
Have a
right.
great one, guys.
Take care, bud.
Okay, bye.
I got Doug's salad. Hell yeah.
A salad. Hell yeah.
No, literally, he said you can have my salad. I was like, fucking right on.
I stole somebody's salad from DoorDash the other day.
Oh, brutal.
I was in a fight with this. This
No, it's
manager
not,
dude.
Scott. No, it's not. It's drop stunners, not drugs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got in a fight with some manager from Panera over on Euclid Avenue, and it's literally a grown man, and he shushed me.
Shush.
No, he was. Shh, shh. I was like, "Did you just shush me?" What?
Somebody's having a bad day.
Because there was, okay, I guess I gotta tell the story now. So I went in, as I always do. By the way, if you're watching this, please don't steal my car. I left my car running, and I went inside to grab the food because it's supposed to be ready when you get there. God damn, someone's gonna steal that car now. Even in the hood. If you're in the hood and you see me leave my car out there running, please don't steal my car. I trust you, though. Hood represent.
You just roll the windows down and everything, and then they'll see you getting out of it, and they'll think, this is a setup car.
Well, I'm usually blasting, like, heavy metal music.
Mhm.
And we're just like, it's like death metal playing and like blasting at full volume. I get out and it's like, all right, someone wants to steal this car. I'm gonna run after it. Okay, so anyway, back to the story. So, went to Panera, the overpriced hospital food place. I walk in and I was like, yo, what's going on? I looked on the rack. I went over to like the pickup area. Nothing was happening. The manager dude calls me over. He's like, oh yeah, come on over here. I'm like, okay, so I went over here. I thought he was going to give me the food. He's like, no, it's not ready. I was like, oh, okay. So then I do what I always do. I go outside, turn my car off. So I don't want it running for all the time I'm waiting.
Right.
And I don't want to get stolen. So then I come back inside, and usually by that time, the second attempt is ready.
Yeah.
And so I came back inside, and I waited in the line. And usually you're supposed to skip the line because, speed's the name of the game.
That's the whole reason.
Right.
That's why they do this.
It's called DoorDash, not called Door Wait.
Right.
So I waited in the line. I get to the front line. I was like, yeah, I'm still waiting on this. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll be ready in a couple minutes. So I was like, that's what you said last time. He's like, what'd you say? I was like, the food's supposed to be ready when you walk in like that. That's the whole point. And he goes, like, what the hell's going on here?
You like look around like,
I was like, where am I?
To somebody else?
I just got shushed. A grown man shushed me. And he was like serious about it. Like, what do you think I was going to do? I was like, I can knock you out, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, you shush a grown man, like, bam, you got to get hit sometimes.
I'll go make the food, dummy. Go make them food. People are hungry.
Right. So anyways, so I was getting pissed off. So I went on the app and I was like, basically reported him. I was like, this guy's a douche ass, and like
Right.
he's probably got like a couple of salads up his butt that he hasn't tossed yet. And I was talking to support. I was like, this guy's an ass. I don't want to come in here anymore.
This
Blah,
idiot
blah,
forgot
blah.
he cut the lettuce. So I don't know what the hell his problem is.
They're back there individually ripping the lettuce apart one at a time or something like that. Oh my God, they're growing the broccoli to put in the broccoli au
So how did
gratin.
it end up? Did probably some other employee got the
Yeah, so some other employee was actually doing it. But while I was bitching at the support staff, and then the food finally came out with somebody else, and they were the assistant manager. So I took the food and I said, all right, fine. I marked it as picked up, just like you're supposed to do. I went on to the next one. And the next one was like right next door, Mr. Chicken. So I was trying to navigate through the parking lots. I wasn't able to text right there while I was driving. So in the 30 seconds that I was driving from Panera over to the Mr. Chicken, the support staff was asking me back, like, what's happening with this? What's happening with this? Okay, we canceled it. I was like, you canceled it? I already picked it up. I marked it as picked up. What the hell are you doing? Like, no, you marked it as canceled. Like, the food's in my car. Okay, whatever. Just send me the address. I'll take it to the guy anyway. No problem. They said, we can't. I kid you not. I swear to God they said this. We cannot give you their address because we can't give out any personal information. I was like, every single delivery I've ever done, you have to give me the address.
Right.
Otherwise, how do I take it to him? You give me the personal information every single time. You can't do it
Thanks
this
for the
time?
salad, dipshit. I already got it, right?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, well, I got the Mr. Chicken. I got to take it to its
Hey,
destination.
but I got food.
So,
let me guess, the salad probably tasted like shit, too.
oh, it definitely tastes like shit. Because I didn't eat it for like half an hour after that, and by that time, all the lettuce had wilted.
Right.
I was like, I mean, they literally wouldn't tell me where to take it. I have nothing to do besides. So I ate the broccoli cheese soup, and it was okay, and I ate the salad, and that tasted like shit, but it had chicken on it. So, so that's the story how I stole that goddamn salad.
Yeah.
Hey, we got somebody in the peanut gallery over here. What's going on, Nick? What's happening? Good to see you. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you don't remember this, John, aka Jasonda, and Scott said we could call him Scotty Gianni.
My buddy Scott. My buddy.
I gotta go back in there a minute.
Oh yeah, very cool. If you want to give a wave to the camera. Nice. Oh yeah, we have to do it vertical now, just because of weird stuff. So, what's good?
My buddy Scott said, because you're talking about don't steal your car
Yeah.
because you're leaving it running.
Yeah.
He works at Progressive. He said, that claim denied.
Oh, that's okay. I got Geico.
You know, actually, though, if your car is stolen and then the evidence shows you left your keys in it running,
Well, the keys would be in my pocket. It's a push to start.
yeah.
So is that change things?
Yeah, vehicles rotting. Yeah, I mean, because
Mo-
the
most
insurance
of- mo-
people, so they're going to
most of them, if like if
Shows.
you do that, and then if your keys are in your pocket, it'll stay running. But if you go to put it in gear, a lot of times they'll just shut off.
Really?
They should.
Oh.
you know, proximity or.
Okay,
whatever
because
that
I saw an article the other day about somebody in Florida, of course. Florida man steals car, leaves it running for 14 days straight because he didn't have the keys, and he was just using it to drive for like Uber, and then they actually busted him, and while he was picking up a family from like the airport or something like that, and they're like, yeah, this is my Uber, I'm getting in it, and the cops are like, the hell you are.
Well, so back in the earlier days of that kind of shit with tequila starts. Back in the earlier days, is you could drive it without the key, but the minute you shut it off, you couldn't start it again without the key on.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It's a 2013. So. Actually, that's not that new in terms of push to start. That
They've had that
did
shit.
have for a while.
The S2000s had that in fucking like.
Yeah. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I should turn my car off in the hood, but then like the hood was good to me one time a couple weeks ago. So one guy gave me $5.
Dude, I don't care if I'm fucking walking 5 feet to the driveway. I get out of the car, and I get out, beep, beep, and I walk up to the front door.
Yeah, but it takes more time to start your car up again.
Better than not having a car.
I guess. But I don't know. I feel like I'm saving up those seconds. I get in and I go. I don't have to wait for the starter motor to start up. How long do you let your starter motor start up?
Waiting around
It's
2
a-
hours for a ride.
It's like my sex life. I get it and I go, and then I'm out.
Jesus Christ. How long do you let your starter motor wind up? 1 second, 5 seconds, a minute?
Before you
1
put it
second,
in gear,
maybe one Mississippi and the car runs.
That's it?
Yeah.
before you
Dude,
like
that's hard on your
engage
starter
gear
motor.
and stuff.
It literally, it takes literally one Mississippi and the car's running.
Well, yeah, but you don't let your engine like warm up or anything.
Depends on the weather, you know. If it's colder out, you want to get it. But what they say is it warms up the battery and all that. So if you unlock the car and you get the light, you know how the lights turn
Oh,
on,
you're
all that, it gauges.
You're talking from the time I
Power.
start up to the time I go?
Like
Yeah.
you put it in gear, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, well, I'm always fucking running down to the last minute in the morning, which you're supposed to let your car warm up a little bit, but
Yeah, I always let my starter motor like wind the engine for 30 to 60 seconds.
okay, what?
Practice.
Yeah.
The start, so it's just
No, like I start it, and I let it go.
let
for
the
a-
engine run.
Let the engine run.
Oh,
for
Oh, I
like
thought you
a-
were talking about you're running.
No,
No, I'm saying, something's wrong with your car if you're running it for 60 seconds and it ain't starting.
Yeah, I pinned the gas pedal
If
to the
you're sitting there
floor.
with the starter on for 30 seconds,
I get the starting fluid. I'm
hit you
spraying it
with the
up
ice
to.
scraper. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, wintertime, dude, it's I'm literally like I literally get enough snow just off my windshield just to fucking see out of it. And
Oh my god.
sometimes doing an Ace Ventura out the window at fucking 10 degrees outside, dude.
Christ. I mean, I've been there before. No, I'm talking about like the summer, like a regular day, like today. You walk to your car today, you start it up. How long before, in between when you
When
start
it
it up
starts?
until you put it in gear?
Depends how quick you gotta get out of it.
10, 20 seconds.
Yeah, I let it like warm up for like 30 seconds to a minute.
But it's usually getting in, throwing my phone in the center console.
No, I'm not
putting
counting any of that.
No, but while the car's on.
Spilling
Oh,
your
okay.
As
drink.
soon as I get in the car, I start it,
Oh, you twist. You don't have a push.
throw my phone in, and put my seatbelt on, and I start going.
Spill your drink,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I know,
Really,
right?
my car says please wait.
Pour my
Remember what you
beer
forgot.
pour my beer into the bottle.
Oh Jesus Christ. No, okay, like when I
Now do not do that.
You get the towel cover ready just in case you get pulled over.
Oh my God. Okay, so when I start my car, it says please wait.
Yeah.
Because the Bluetooth is connected. So I wait for the Bluetooth to connect and the song to start playing.
Oh yeah, I connect my phone to my Bluetooth before
Yeah.
I start going and stuff.
Well, like, okay, the reason why I asked, because I've seen people who literally will get in their car, will start it, and 1 second later they're putting it in gear. Like, why don't you just let your engine warm up just for a
Oh,
couple
there's been a
cycles?
couple times where I've been
Gotta
like,
get the hell out of there.
there's been a couple times where I've been in like a super hurry to get somewhere, like where it's
Yeah.
like kind of like an emergency situation, where I literally put it in gear, put my foot on the clutch, started it, and let out the clutch as soon as it started, and I'm off. Like the engine's barely even up at
Why the hell would you
RPMs
do that?
because it was like something happens and I got to get to where I got to go like right now.
Or like, you know, you're in a light sequence and you know the light sequence where you're parked at, and you're like, you see it's changing. You're like,
Because for the first
I'm not
couple
waiting for 3
seconds,
minutes.
the starter motor is still engaging. Your engine is like kind of catching up, right? Like, I don't know why you'd want to actually put that power through the drivetrain in your wheels when the starter motor is still providing some of the power.
As soon as the engine starts, like that starter it disengages almost immediately.
It goes right to power. Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
like when you hit the door unlock, it's supposed to like warm up the batteries and the cables and all that. It actually goes back to the good fellows when they whack more.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
I got a better chance of letting him drive. Warming up on the road.
So there's actually even some. I don't know if my car does it because I never tried it, but there's some cars that still have like the key. And actually,
Oh, yeah.
all you have to do is just flip it,
Uh-huh.
and you can let it go, and the starter will keep engaged until the engine starts.
Huh.
So like some Ford F-150s and stuff, you could just get in it, put the key in, and go like that, and it'll vroom.
Well, anyway, so I leave it running because I don't want to go through that process of 60 seconds away from things start.
You know, your car. You know, you should like figure it this way. If you've been dashing all day,
Yeah, if
your
you've been
car should
driving,
be
it's
warmed
already
up.
warm.
You don't have
It's already
to, like,
warm.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
this is from like if you're on a cold start or something. I think that's
Well, I
where
just
you
kind of
wanna
like
let
make it a point. I would just let it warm up a little bit. It's like 30, 60 seconds.
So theoretically, so it's like when you have a car like that's a turbocharged car,
Yeah.
or like if a race car, you have to let it get the temperature because if you run all that power into your engine on a cold motor, you will blow the hell out of that engine block.
Mhm.
So if you're putting positive pressure to the engine over atmospheric pressure, aka like you're running the supercharger, turbocharger, you want to let it warm up because the metal expands, all that stuff, and you're not going to blow the hell out of your engine parts.
Yeah, from like a cold start, like,
Yeah.
pretty much, right?
Yeah,
Or
like you're not
sitting,
you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get
it.
in a car, start it right up, and fucking just hammer the shit out of it, run 20 pounds of boost out of it, and you'll blow the shit out of your motor.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so I guess like I know like enough about cars to be somewhat dangerous.
you're supposed to let your engine warm
Well,
up.
I just
for
let it warm up a
minute or
little
two.
bit. So that's
Unless
why
you
I
got
just leave it
Maury
running.
in the passenger seat.
Maury?
You're,
thought he did me shit up.
you're supposed to let your
That
engine
was a
warm
great
up for a minute or two. Because also the thing is, when you start your engine, when it's cold, what's more dense, warm or cold air?
Cold air.
Okay. In an engine, your engine computer compensates for that.
Cold junction compensation?
So when your engine's starting
Yeah.
with cold air, it's dumping more fuel.
Air fuel mixture.
Yep, it's dumping more fuel in your engine.
Right.
So that's why you have like intake air temperature sensors, all that stuff, O2
Yeah.
sensors.
Right.
So when you cold start your car, your engine's dumping more fuel into it than normal. Once it gets to a hot enough temperature,
Then it's steady state, steady flow.
it'll change and run less fuel into your
More
motor.
lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just basically waiting for it to reach steady state, steady flow. From a thermodynamic property, there's all these startup conditions. They're all wacky. I'm just waiting for it to just like all even out, be nice
If
and
you're
smooth.
if you're already driving your car and you're already dashing for a while and you turn your car off, drop it off, get back in the car, start it up. The engine's already warm.
Yeah.
You're good. Start
Well,
it up.
it's more cycles on the starter motor though. I mean, I always thought it was weird these cars that now they turn off at red lights.
Auto stop and stuff.
And I'm like, isn't it really hard on the starter to have to be doing so many more starts like that?
I'm still freaked out by that.
Yeah.
Well, now the thing is, there's a lot of cars that do it that aren't hybrids, but a lot of those cars that when they started doing that, it was hybrids. So what it was is it was the hybrid engine that was starting it.
Oh, like the battery or whatever.
No, because hybrids are an electric motor
Yeah.
and a gas motor.
Yeah,
A lot of times it would be like the hybrid motor that would
the electric motor.
kick back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen cars like sit next to me at a stoplight and it turns off. And like, wow, you saved literally like half a teaspoon of gas by sitting here for 12 seconds with your engine turned off, and then you're like beating your starter motor up by using it like 100 times more than normal. Unless they redesigned the starter motors to make them like more robust or something.
I mean, not really, but I mean, starter motors are meant to take the abuse. They're meant to take the abuse, and they're meant to go.
Oh, I got a 10-year-old car.
Have you replaced your starter yet?
I don't really want to.
No wonder you don't shut it off. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but, like,
no, you want-
time is money. It's faster too. So
So typically, starters on cars are super easy to replace.
Uh-huh.
For all I need there, you can do it. I've done it on my cars. I've done it on Josh's dad's car.
oh,
I've
shit,
done it
I don't even change my own oil. So you think I'm gonna do that?
So, well, no, so typically the reason to replace. Then you got fucking Cadillac and Infiniti
yeah.
that decided on their big, like the Escalades and stuff. They put that shit underneath the intake manifold. So you had to pull basically the whole top
Right,
part of the
right.
motor off to get to them.
God damn.
Fucking bastards.
I can remember back in the day before they had all the electric starts, I used to always keep like a spare key in my wallet. How many times did you lock yourself out of the damn car?
It is kind of cool with the fob that like it will not let you lock
Yeah,
yourself
right,
out.
yeah.
That's happened a couple times where I go to lock it and I'm like, oh shit, it's in there.
Oh, let me see your key real quick. Did you know about this?
Yes, I did. You're gonna pull it out of the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a valet key.
Do you know? Because this is the exact key fob.
Yeah.
Only the ones that would say Infinity that where I work. And customers would come in and they were like, "Oh, my battery's dead. I can't get in my car." And I would just go, and they would go, "I have a key." I'm like, "Yeah, it only works in your door." But yeah, this is how you get in the car because
Right.
their fucking salesmen were
25
too worried.
bucks, please.
The salesmen are too worried about collecting their fucking money, making the sale,
Yeah.
to actually go, "Oh, here's a feature, by the way. If you ever get locked out, if your battery dies, you have a key to get in your door."
Yep. That's funny.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's probably every customer that would bring their key fob to me to get the battery changed, probably I would say one in every maybe 3 or 4 did not even know about that key.
Wait, how much would you charge to change a battery in one of those things?
It depends on the dealer.
$50.
We did it for like I think after tax at the time it was like $5.94.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wonder because like you know the
key battery,
dealership.
or like
What's
the key battery. You mean
The key
or
fob
fob
battery.
Yeah.
Some
Usually the cost of
some
the
dealerships even do it for
actual
free.
battery.
In reality, you can go get a key fob battery at any fucking gas station, and I could literally change it for you in like 10 seconds.
Like my dad always used to go up to Bulldog Battery to get those things changed, so I just started going up to Bulldog Battery to get them changed.
You see that? You see that?
What?
You literally on these specifically Nissan Infiniti, pull it out. You see these 2 little slots right there?
Yeah.
Take a little tiny miniature screwdriver, pop it open. The battery's right there. It takes you
Really?
it takes you 10-20 seconds.
Oh shit, is it raining?
Yeah,
Oh, it's raining.
10-20 seconds.
All right, well, we got about 10-20 seconds to conclude the
Nice.
show, so
Quick as
closing,
we can change the battery.
closing remarks.
Right?
Closing remarks, gentlemen.
Oh, it is. Drop stunner's not drugs.
Voting tomorrow or something?
Voting
Go
tomorrow.
vote? Mhm.
Oh yeah, don't forget to vote tomorrow. Early voting today was not an option, so I have to vote tomorrow. Oh yeah.
You should be rock on.
Right. Don't leave your car running when you vote.
Yeah. I probably won't. So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to wait. Yeah, do your civic duty. Don't take a duty in your pants. If you do, throw away your boxers and keep on working. Yep, and you know how we always end, unless I forget. Honest Abe could tell no lie, but old John Wilkes, he was a spy. Goodbye. Merch is available. Wear the shirt. It's very nice and comfy. It'll make you feel nice. Go ahead and hit that end button, bro.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah, show your stuff. Show your stuff.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. John Wilkes Boothby. Oh yeah, coming to you live in color.